The world's largest digital hub for e-learning, DIKSHA, or the digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing, serves our nation of more than 1 billion as the brilliant sun, shedding its light to ignite the minds of teachers and students across India. With each lesson plan shared and each resource uploaded, the light grows stronger, equipping accessible education to every Indian through the e-learning education platform. We have received a wonderful presentation from Professor Amarendra Behera, Joint Director CIET NCERT.
Namaskar to all of you. Very good morning and welcome to this particular initiative of Satya Sai Vidya Vahini, which is organizing this National Education Summit on the theme Integral to Inclusion. So, I am indeed happy to be part of this whole initiative organized by Satya Sai Vidya Vahini. And I must mention that while talking about integral to inclusion, we must recall the recommendation of the National Education Policy 2020 and the Sustainable Development Goal which is to be achieved by 2030. If I quote the NEP 2020 which was released by Government of India, so it has very categorically mentioned that the education system in India need to be accessible, inclusive and also quality, and it should be rooted in the Indian culture and ethos. So, while talking about Indian culture and ethos and vis-a-vis education, we need to talk about education system which needs to be accessible, inclusive and equitable for all. So, therefore, the policy further in the chapter while talking about curriculum, it has talked a lot about how curriculum needs to be holistic and curriculum needs to be engaging and curriculum needs to be joyful through different activities and strategies, and therefore, NCERT has taken up further action based on the NEP 2020, and recently the National Curriculum Framework for foundational stage was released in the year 2022, and also the National Curriculum Framework for school education for the year 2023 was released based on the NEP 2020. And as all of us we know that both the national curriculum frameworks, they have echoed the vision of National Education Policy, and also while talking about providing equitable quality education and lifelong learning, the policy has devoted 2 dedicated chapters on use and integration of technology and digital education, especially the chapter number 23 and chapter number 24. So, if we talk about these 2 chapters, they have specifically mentioned that use and integration of technology, especially the cutting edge technology, the disruptive technologies which has brought a lot of disruption in the normal teaching learning process. So, we have seen many technology coming in. So, similarly also at the national level through the NEP 2020, the policy envisions that technology should be used for teaching, learning and assessment purposes. And not only that, the policy says that India is linguistically a diverse country, because we have 5 distinct language families starting from Aryan, Dravidian, Austroasiatic, Tibeto-Burman and Andamanese language family. And nearly there are 1700 plus languages spoken in India. And also the policy endorses that keeping in view the linguistic diversity, so the policy mentions that technology should be used to overcome the barrier of languages. I mean that how the medium of instruction for every child could be the mother tongue, and how technology can help us through machine learning, through artificial intelligence, through getting transcription, translation, subtitling and voiceovers in educational contents, and also having different variety of resources in different Indian languages, so that from nursery to tertiary, children from different age groups and classes, they get opportunity to learn, read and write in their own mother tongue. And the third particular vision, the policy, while talking about use and integration of technology, has mentioned that teacher preparation is a very crucial input for any system of education and to impart quality education. So therefore, the policy mentions that we need to use technology both at pre-service and in-service teacher preparation level, and also the policy mentions that integrated teacher education program and continuous professional development of the teacher should be a daily business, routine activity. And while talking about in-service teacher education program, I must mention that India is second to none as far as the scale and education system in the country is concerned. Like we have more than 15 lakh schools, 85 lakh teachers in the country alone in school education, and also more than 26 crore children in the schooling system. So in that case, how the 85 lakh teachers who constitute alone in the school education system can be trained in a continuous manner, and the policy endorses that 50 hours continuous professional development training for each teacher educator and for principals needs to be mandatory. So I don't think any face-to-face program will be able to scale such a number, even if we use cascade mode of training, teacher training through a 2-tier, 3-tier, even sometimes 4-tier training mechanism, where communication loss in such training programs are very huge. So therefore, technology in a sense can bail us out and help us to use various initiatives under Ministry of Education, like Prime Minister's E-Vidya program, DIKSHA program, Swayam program, even e-Pathshala mobile app and portal, and Prasad mobile app for screening of children at an early age, disability screening and so on. So therefore, the policy mentions that technology should be used in a big way for continuous professional development of teachers, and also the would-be teachers who are at pre-service level, we call them pupil teachers, they needs to be exposed to newer technologies also. If we talk about the fourth vision of the NEP 2020 while talking about use and integration of technology, it talks about helping the children with special needs through assistive technologies, because all of us, we know that nearly 2 to 2.5% of the total population we have, they are differently abled. So they may be visually challenged, maybe polio stricken, so maybe hearing impaired and so on. And as far as the 2016 RPWD Act is concerned, the Act mentions that there are 21 different variety of disabilities. So how using universal design of learning principles, materials could be developed and we reach out to all these learners in a time bound manner is $1 million question. So therefore, for integral to inclusiveness, inclusion, when we talk about that, so definitely we talk about different variety of learners and a comparable quality of education being achieved by every learner. So that is also key. So therefore, the policy mentions that a lot of assistive technologies, whether text to speech app, whether audio books, audio tactile materials and so on, learning management systems, content management systems could be used for this purpose. And last not least, the policy envision that we need to use technology for management and administration as well. And many times we in the system of education, there are many stakeholders, not only government alone is working. So we need to converge all our work, whether it is government, corporates, NGOs, volunteers, startups and many other stakeholders in the place, even community, parents, students as well. So I strongly feel that all needs to work together and to reach out in a time bound manner. In this regard, I am happy to note that the Satya Sai Vidya Vahini had a strong collaboration with NCERT since 2019, and we have signed a MOU with them, and through that MOU a large number of digital contents are being produced by Satya Sai Vidya Vahini, and it is being disseminated through DIKSHA as well. So I once again congratulate the Satya Sai Vidya Vahini for organizing the National Education Summit, especially on the theme integral to inclusion, and I am happy to be part of this whole initiative. Best wishes to Satya Sai Vidya Vahini for a successful National Education Summit, which is being organized from 5th July to 7th July at Puttaparthi in the Satya Sai Baba's ashram. So all the best and the best wishes to everyone. Namaskar.
Professor Behera's expertise and contributions to the field of education is widely recognized. Thank you, Professor Behera, for sending us this message, giving us an insightful talk which has left us immensely inspired.